What up, peeps? Tony Baker here, back with another movie review. This time I'm reviewing Robin Hood. You see what I did there? I've been Robin Hood this whole time. You know, nobody's buying it. Robin Hood is back in yet another movie. You know what I'm saying? They already had, in my lifetime, they re-released the Robin Hood Disney cartoon. And then you had Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner, which I enjoyed. I don't know if it holds up today, but in '91, I was like, yo, Robin Hood was dope. They even had that one dope shot where he shot the arrow and it followed the arrow and went into that shot at the time was like revolutionary. I had Morgan Freeman in that joint. It was a good time. Alan Rickman. And then they did another Robin Hood with Russell Crowe. Nobody really talks about it. It's Russell Crowe, Ridley Scott. It came and went. It came and went. I don't even remember what happened. I know I saw it at the movie theater, but nothing sticks at all. So now, Robin Hood is back. Taron Egerton plays Robin Hood along with his friend, Jamie Foxx. It's still a story about the sheriff of Nottingham being dirty and corrupt. Robin Hood stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. There's a little bit more to it than that, but they're trying to make it to where, I see what they did here. They tried to make it like a little bit more fast paced, a little bit more, action driven. They shooting bow and arrows too fast, in my opinion. Like, they're not guns, sir. You know what I'm saying? You whipping out two and just shooting them in like seconds. Let's take it easy, man. This is not a comic book movie, but I guess you're making it one. Because they was really on some Legolas from Lord of the Rings type stuff, times 10. I was like, all right, I see what you're trying to do. Just pull out the guns already. That's what you want to do. You just want to just pull out two guns and just be doing this. Because it was funny just to see some of the action scenes. They were like in war, and like they were really just like, they really set this up like it was Black Hawk Down in one scene. They're in the desert, fighting Muslims, and they just like out there with the arrows walking through. Like, it's just like they got guns. Then they shooting, then they, held down from arrows coming. They behind the wall. Like, this is really like a shootout with bow and arrows. And the dude he was up on it's like he had a turret gun just with arrows. And like, oh man, this is crazy out here. This is like Terminator 6. But it was all bow and arrows. I was like, I see what y'all are doing. So anyway, Robin Hood, this is a typical story. You got the maid Marian in there. They all in love. He gets drafted to go to war by the sheriff of Nottingham. And Robin had money. Robin of Locksley had money. His family had bread. So it was like, yo, I'm going to war with me? He was all in love. They were fresh in love. And he went to war for 4 years. So he in the desert getting gritty. You know what I'm saying? One thing about this, one takeaway that me and Sabrina noticed, his haircut. It was always immaculate. He always had the fresh edge up, the clean, the whole time. He's in war for 4 years, you're gonna be scraggly. You're gonna be scraggly. Like, who's cutting you up? They got barbers out there with the scissors? No, it needs to be beard. Everybody needed to look more gritty than they did. I was like, all right, man. Jamie Foxx's character, he always had the freshly shaved head, even when he was in prison. Like, what are you shaving your head with? Like, what are you doing? Are you grabbing a rat and using his teeth to shit? No. I need to see, they should have had him with like hair growing in and you balding. So it's just, your hairline is way back here. Your hairline is like back here, but the hair is coming in. That's what I want. I want to see ridiculous haircuts in this movie. Everybody was fresh from the barbershop. Beards edged up. No, everybody should look like homeless people in downtown Los Angeles in this. Even if he wasn't homeless, it's just, who's cutting you up? I needed to see that. So he goes to war, and he's fighting like, Jamie Foxx's people. They end up, I don't want to give everything away, but they end up becoming friends, and Jamie Foxx is like, Leo, let me train you. You did this for me, let me train you. You know what I'm saying? This sheriff is plotting against England. They got some kind of coup going. So it's like, boom, they're plotting against England itself. So we got to stop the sheriff. You know what I'm saying? This is treason right here. So he trained him like, you got to be a stealth, you got to be a symbol, so you can steal from them, give it back to the people. And he's like, all right, I'm down for that. You know what I'm saying? All the while, Maid Marian thought he was dead 2 years ago because they said he was dead. He was never dead. So she moved on, got a boyfriend, so he comes back, dude's all hugged up. He's like, like, you know what I mean? So he comes back, and it's just, the whole movie, man, none of the action moved me. I saw what they were trying to do with some of the action scenes, some of the special effects. I was just like, it just took me out of it. There was no weight to it. I was like, it's PG-13, so they softened it on the blood. And it was just, the villain was just, He had no weight to him. It was the guy he was the villain in Rogue One. You know, he has a villain face, but no villain weight, if that makes any sense at all. He just looks like a corrupt businessman all the time. There's no real fear, but you know he's gonna do some shady stuff. He reminds me of a paperwork villain. Like, oh man, he done filed the paperwork. That's the kind of villain he is. But like a physical threat, nah, not at all. So that's what it lacked. It was like, I see what y'all were trying to do with the bow and arrow and like him shooting 3 at a time and getting them all fast, but it just didn't, it didn't do it for me, man. It didn't do it for me. And I was just like, none of the action mattered. I was just sitting there just watching it like, all right, you know what I mean? And not to discredit the actors' performances, it was just more so the story, the execution. I wasn't impressed with Maid Marian. It was just like the stakes weren't really there. I like Taron and I like Jamie Foxx, but nothing mattered in this movie. I was just sitting there really just taking it. Just taking it. Another takeaway is, what do you do when you're with somebody, you know, y'all in love, and then they go off to war, and then you think they're dead? When do you move on? When do you move on? You know what I mean? He was gone for 2 years, so I'm like, definitely move on. You know what I'm saying? I can't, like if I came back from y'all thought I was dead, I'm gonna automatically assume my girlfriend has moved on. In 2 years, that's a long time. So if I came back and she didn't move on, I was like, you waited for me? I was dead. Well, how long do you wait? That was like a big question for me. And then it was like, you know, she was feeling Robin again. So how do you feel as the boyfriend? Like, yo, I was here for you in the here and now. You gonna go back to, you know what I'm saying? It's a cold game. Like, what do you do? What would you do in that situation? Like, you thought your lover was dead, 2 years have passed, you done moved on, they come back. What do you do? Oh man, the questions, but forget all that. Let's go into the smooth jazz review of Robin Hood. Well, here it is. Oh yeah. I'm giving Robin Hood 2 saxophones out of 5. Shoot. Maybe even 1.5. No, I'll just give it 2. Because it wasn't horrible. It just, you know what I mean? Let me turn around and get shot with a bow and arrow. But when you turn around after 2 years and they thought you were dead, do you go back to your ex? Think about that. All right, peeps, that's my review of Robin Hood, man. Let me know what you thought of Robin Hood in the comment section below. Do you want to see it? What do you think of the trailer? What's up with the haircut situation? I want answers, all right? And if you're into Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner, man, it was good at the time. If you haven't seen it, check it out now, see if it holds up. Also, another good Robin Hood Men in Tights. It's a comedy, but it's mad funny, man. So check those out, man. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as usual, we out here.